Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here on YOUCANIC we're going to go over how you would remove your front bumper on your 2016 Dodge Journey. To remove this front bumper, it's fairly easy. It's just a bunch of push pins that are holding it on. And so you can either take it where you take just this front little variance right down here, or if you go a little further back, there are just a few other push pins to remove there. And so we're going to do it that way. So you need, there's one bolt that's in the fender well on both sides, and then we've got push pins down the side of the fender well that we got to undo, as well as the push pins on the bottom and the push pins in the other fender well. And then we'll undo the push pins on the top and then be able to pull the bumper off. So right here is a bolt that needs to be removed. And that's a size 7 bolt to be removed. This fender portion, I mean, it's completely removed, but you only need to remove the push pins on this side, and make sure you remove a push pin that's hanging here and a push pin down here, and then that will be all that needs to be removed from this side. And so on this side we have our number 7 bolt to be removed up here. And with that bolt removed, then we will work our way removing these push pins around. Generally the push pins, you pull the top out, but these are very much stuck in there. And then they'll come out easier, but like that. We've got one more little one here. Okay, so we've got all that done. Now we'll go down along the bottom and remove the ones that are down there. We're going to remove this as all one unit, so we want to remove a push pin here, here, and here. And once we undo those 3 push pins, it should be all that we need to do on the bottom. Okay, so with those 3 push pins that hold this bottom piece on, so we have all the 3 push pins that are removed on the bottom that hold the bottom of the bumper on, and the ones in the fender well. And now we have push pins to remove on the top, and then we can pull the whole bumper off. And one thing we're going to want to note as we pull it away a little bit, we do want to unhook the electric that goes to the fog lights. And other than that, it should be good. So up here up top, we've got a push pin here, 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 and here. And then that should free everything up on the top. And then we'll be able to work our way around by removing the bumper. Okay, so we've got all the push pins that we need to remove. Reach down and just undo the electrical for the fog lights. Just by squeezing it. And we'll do the same thing over here. Just pull it, and you've got the little clips in here that hold on the bumper, and then we've got one right here. So once you pull, then you'll have your access to be able to reach down here, squeeze the clip for the fog light. and be able to remove that. And then when that's all done, the ambient temperature sensor is hooked on the bumper, so we just need to get that removed. And now we will be able to remove the whole bumper just like that and drop it down. So we're going to go ahead and put our bumper back on and go over that process. So to start with, we're going to raise it up. There are push pins to put on the top. There is one bolt on both sides of in the fender, the bolt from the bumper into the fender, and then there are push pins that we do down the side of the fender well and along the bottom of the bumper itself. One thing to make sure, we have these electric connectors that go for our fog lights. We're going to make sure that we hook those up. We don't have to hook them up immediately as we're putting the bumper on, because we do have access to the fender well to reach in and connect them. The one thing you're going to want to make sure is there's that ambient temperature sensor that's hanging down there. You're going to want to have it higher up over your plastic that goes under the bottom, and then be able to reach in and reattach it to the front of the bumper model. So we have our bumper here. We're going to raise it up. So I have it sitting up in location. We put something to support it for the moment while we get everything else lined up. Any screwdriver small enough to go to hold it where you would put the push pins. And now we'll line it up. So we'll start with, on this side, we got to line up. We have a plastic tab that we're going to insert into a groove here, and then it will connect to the light itself. And then we raise this up into the clamp connector here and press this back until we hit the snap there, and that's locked into a bracket that is under the headlight. And now we've got this attached, and we can go ahead and put the screw that goes in right here, which is a size 7 nut, and we'll just tighten that up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, and so we have a little tab right in here. We're going to line up in the groove. And with that lined up, then we'll be able to clamp that into place, and then just press right here on the bumper until you hear the snap, and that's locking that into that handle, or not handle, but the holder there. Same thing, we'll take our 7mm bolt and insert it up in here. Okay, so we got that tight. Make sure, one thing you don't want to forget is to plug in your connectors for your fog lights. Line those up and press it in. We'll do the same on the other side. And then with the ambient temperature sensor, make sure you reach up under there and reattach it to the bumper. On this vehicle, it connects right into here, this bottom grill. There's a little hole indent, and it squeezes into there with a little push pin, and that's where it'll sit there behind here to read the temperature that's outside. And then you would go along the bottom. There's 4 push pins, I believe, on the bottom, the 4 push pins on the top, and then your push pins that go in the fender well and hold that all to the bumper. And that would be how you would reattach your front bumper on your 2016 Dodge Journey. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.